Do you have a grand fire trine in your chart and you want to know what the heck that means? Then keep listening because I'm going to tell you. So, a trine, a grand trine, is when you have 3 points in the chart that make like a perfect triangle. And a fire trine is when they're all in fire signs. So, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. A grand trine sounds really cool. And for the most part, they're talked about very positively in astrology because essentially it's just like a wheel that keeps on spinning, right? So, in a fire sign, this means that it's very motivational, very driven, very inspired. So, you have a lot of energy working with you to get things done, to motivate others, to inspire others, a lot of energy, a lot of drive. A key phrase for a grand fire trine is motivational self-sufficiency. So being able to keep up the drive, keep up the fire. However, a grand trine does have, I don't know if shadow is the right term, but it's something to look out for if you do have a grand trine, and that is a little bit of stubbornness. So like a phrase that I would associate with a grand fire trine is, you can't tell me what I don't already know, and I know where I'm going and I don't need your help to get there. So because someone is so strong, because someone is able to accomplish so much just on their own, they forget that other people can be useful, or like having a community can be useful for them. And ultimately it can lead to burnout really fast because it's real. You are very motivated, you are very driven, you're very ambitious, and you can get a lot done on your own. But when you're the only one doing something and you don't have a community around to help you, you're going to burn out and you're not going to be able to continue doing that thing that you were so motivated to do. And then you're going to be hard on yourself because you're going to be like, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be because I couldn't do it all on my own. No, that's not what that means. It just means that you need some more people in your team to help you accomplish whatever it is you were trying to accomplish. On a psychological level, it could mean that somewhere along the line you were taught that asking for help wasn't safe. And so you get stuck in this loop. Like the very loop that can lead you to greatness is also the very loop that can keep you stuck. So it can either be like a generative water wheel, like making that energy, making that power, or it can be like a record that's skipping, right? It just plays the same sound over and over again. Now, if you have a grand fire trine and it involves your sun, moon, or both, that means that it's something like deeply personal to you. The grand trine would be deeply tied to an emotional need or a want that you have in your life. In sum, self-sufficiency isn't bad. It's not a weakness, it is a strength. However, don't become so self-sufficient that you can't rely on other people or ask other people for help or listen to other people's ideas. Don't let your grand trine keep you closed off from interacting with other people.